Hi guys, so today in this lecture we will see a new question number 19, which is to create a class store to keep record of products which should have product code, name and price, and then display menu of all the products to the user. Then we have to generate a bill as per the person's order. So let's just copy this thing, the problem statement, and move on to our text editor. So let's just paste this and comment out. So as in the last lecture we saw how to create a class, static method, the init function and creation of objects. Let's just directly move on. So first of all we would need a store, class, and the our main function which is define init. So if you don't know what this init function class store means, you can check out my last video, or you can go through the Python series in which I have explained in details what is the object oriented programming. So I will give a basic explanation about this. So class is used to create a structure or define a blueprint that how an object should be there. So similarly, we have created a class of store, and in it we have used the init function, which is the initialization. So whenever an object is created using this class, using this structure, we will be calling this init function automatically. Python will be calling this function automatically. And to keep a unique reference of each of the various objects we are creating, we are using a variable called as self. You can give it any name, but it is compulsory to be given for the class methods. So then what we can do is let's just pass for now and create a static product list. So as we know, this list would be global for all of the objects. So we'll keep an track of products in the product list, and then while initializing we will print the store name. So let's just keep a variable self dot name. So as it is a store, it would have a store name. Then we will take this as a parameter. So let's just take name as a parameter and create one store. So let's just take s1 as a store, and the name would be, let's just say, so let's just give as Python. So then after doing this, let's just print the s1.name. So this is the store name. So here what we have to do, we have to keep track of products. So either we can create a separate class of products, or in general what we can do is we are having these three properties only. So let's just say the two methods by which we can create. So let's just create a class of product. It will be a simple function which will be having three parameters, which is the product code. So product underscore code, then the name or the product name. So product underscore name, and then price. So product price. So these would be the values, and then what we can do is we can put self, we can create properties of this. So self dot code equal to product code. So we can just copy this. Then self dot name equal to product name. Then self dot price would be equal to the product price. So this will create a basic product, and using this we can create multiple products. So what we can do is define in the initialization. Yeah, so in the initialization we will do nothing. We will create a new function called as add product. So as in the store we can add products to the rack or something, similarly we will add the products somewhere. So what we can do is add products. Where can we add is, let's just take the compulsory self parameter and then the product name. So product name, then the code, and then the price. So yeah, this should work fine. So instead of product name, we can take p underscore name and p underscore code and p underscore price. So then what we can do is we can create a new product using product class, and product code would be p underscore code. Next product name would be p underscore name, and then price would be p underscore price. So what would this do? This would create a product class. This would create an object of this product class which will have p code, means the code we are taking, the product name which we are taking at the add product, and the product price. So let's just rearrange the sequence of this. So to remain consistent, we will add here the code. Okay, so p underscore code comma. So yeah, this should work fine. So what we have to do, we have to take this product and put it into the product list. So we can do self dot product underscore list dot append. So let's just append the product. So what are we doing? We are creating a product object and then appending it to the product list. So whenever we would need to add new products, we can use this method and directly append these products to the list. So then whenever we need to display or create an order, we can use that. So what we can do is, instead of s1.name, we can use the product list, but it would be empty. So what we will do, instead of this print, we will create a function to display the elements. So display menu underscore menu. Yeah, so this should also take a self parameter, and for now let's just give a pass and first of all see the working of this product. So what we can do is we can create some products. P1 equal to, let's just say, product, and product code would be 1011. Product name would be, let's just take Parle-G, and product price would be 10 rupees. So then we will create one more product, P2, which would be product, it would have a product code of something like this 5093. Product name would be, let's just say, chips, so potato chips. The price would be 5 rupees. So we can also provide this as a float so that we can calculate these things. So let's just create a product P3, and it would be product, yeah, the code would be something like this. Product name would be toffee. Product price would be 0.50. It would be of half rupee. Then what we can do is, yeah, so these are 3 products. So let's just print these things. So print p1 dot name. Okay, it should be, yeah, it is the name, then p1 dot code, then okay, let's just take p2 dot code and p3 dot price. So now we are getting Parle-G, which is the p1 dot name, then the code for the second product, which is 5093, and the price of third thing. So yeah, it works fine. So now we will add these 3 things to, we can directly add these things to our store. So let's just copy this, let's just copy this all, and then here, after creating a store, we can add, we will just remove this thing using multiple cursor of Sublime. S1 dot add underscore this is product. Yeah, so add underscore product, and it will take code, after code the name and the price. So this should work fine. So what we can do is, let's just print the s1 dot product list to see whether 3 products are added or not. So s1 dot underscore product list. Yeah, so this is the first product, second product, and third product, but these are not that readable. We can't read it easily. We are getting some address values and some other information which is not required. We require the product code, name, and price. So for that, what we can use is, we can use this display menu function. So let's just implement it. So what we will do is, first of all, print the dashes for the formatting thing. So we will print 90 dashes. Okay, so we have to call that function. So instead of product list, we will be using display underscore menu, and this is a method, so it is called. So okay, it doesn't return anything, it is directly printing. So we can remove this print thing. So none is because we are expecting some return value from this display menu, but it is not returning anything, it is just printing. So we can remove this print. Yeah, so we are getting these lines. So what we can do is, we can again print this thing. So just a second, you will get to know what I am doing. So in between this, I will print menu. Yeah, so this is left aligned, means it is at the leftmost thing, but menu, the titles are at the center. So what we can do is, we can use an inbuilt function, string dot center, and then give the some parameter. So in this case, what let's just discuss what is this parameter. So let's just take 10 spaces. So I have 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I have these 10 spaces, considering it as hashes. So what I am going to say, I want a character A. I want this character A in this 10 spaces. I require this at a center. So what I have done here, menu dot center, and I'm going to provide 10. So yeah, so instead of this, we can create here. So I have a string A, so I have to center it using some value which is 10. So what does this 10 means? There is 10 blank spaces, and in it we have to center the A. So what will we do? We will have this value, so it is 10 divided by 2 would be 5. So we can add this at the 5th position. So if we add A here, so this will now be a center. So why I have taken this hashes? Because hashes would show the difference. If I use spaces, then it won't show that difference. So 1 2 3 4 5, then the A, again 1 2 3 4. Yeah, so 1 spaces is taken by this A. Similarly, here also we have created 90 spaces, so this dashes are 90. So similarly, what we can do is, we can center them, we can center the menu in the 90 using these 90 words. So if I use, now we can see it is at the center. Similarly, what we can do is, we can again print the same dashes. Now the main titles. So let's just print the product code. Okay, so this works fine. Then the product name, and then the product price. So we can rename this. So product name, this is the product price. Yeah, so it is all congested. We have to again do the same thing of separating this and centering the thing. So what we can do is, here we have 90. So total this length is 90. We can divide it by 3 because we are going to create 3 columns. So 90 divided by 3 would give us 30. So what we can do is, we can just cut this thing. We can use a format statement, and in it we can give 3 blank spaces. So in this we can use the product code, and then dot center, and product code dot center divided by 3 was 30. So this should work fine. Okay, So there is some error with this thing, so we'll use other method of formatting the string. Instead of f before, we can use dot format, string dot format, and here we can pass the values. So the first value would be product code, product code, just take C capital, and then product code dot center, center using which value, 10 value. Okay, instead of 10 it was 30. Yeah, so let's just execute this. Okay, other two is also needed, so we'll copy this same thing, and instead of code we can change the name and price. So here would be the name, and here the third would be the price. So if I execute this, yeah, so now I am getting now the format is good. We can see the product code, product name, and product price. Similarly, now what we will do is we will now print each of the products. So where are my product kept? My product is kept in this product list. So what I can do is I can directly use for loop for I in range. Okay, we don't need a range, we can use directly the product underscore list. Yeah, so instead of I we can take p, so that we get a good thing. Then what we can do is we can use the same thing. Instead of printing the product, we can print the p dot things. So let's just print, and here the first value would be the product code. So instead of this, what we can use is p dot code. Yeah, so this should work fine. Here p dot name, p dot name. Here instead of product price, the p dot price. Yeah, so this should work fine. Let's just execute and see. Okay, product list is not defined, so it should be self dot product list. Okay, so int object has no attribute. Okay, price has no attribute. So what we can do is we can convert this into string. So let's just take this string of this and then center it. So I am directly explicitly changing the data type of this p dot price. So it is basically an float, but now I am converting it into a string. So let's just execute this. Okay, int has no attribute center. Int has no attribute center. Okay, code also is taken as this thing, integer value. What we can do is we can also string this, so we can convert the data type and it should work fine. Yeah, so after this I would again require this lines for more better format, so I can use here. So now the menu looks fine. I can see Parle-G, potato, toffee, and I can add more things also. So let's just add some more things. So code number, let's just give some random values. So this thing, instead of potato chips, what we can do is shampoo, and instead of toffee, we can use, let's just say, rice. Okay, we can use basmati. So it would be 200 rupees. Shampoo would be 1 rupee. Yeah, so this should work fine. Now if I execute, this get automatically updated using the values. So after this product price, I can also add the currency value, which is rupees. So yeah, product price, product name, and product code. So now this works fine. I am displaying the menu. Now player can place an order. So what we can do is we can define and place underscore order function, so which would contain self, and then let's just create some, okay, product name. So instead of product name, we can use the product code also. So code will be more better because we will have unique product codes. So what we can do is we will take product code and quantity. You are free to change this code to name. so you can also check the name, but I would prefer the code. So what I will do, for product in the product list, so self dot product list, so I will loop through each of the product and see if p dot code equal to the product code received by us. So product underscore code, if this is same, then here I will create one more thing which would be the order list. So order underscore list, which would contain the list of the orders. So what we can do is we can use this order list and we can add this thing. So order underscore list dot append, we will append the p dot code. Okay, instead of p dot code, what we can do is we can append p and we can also append the quantity. So what we will do, instead of appending this separately, we can create a tuple of them. Tuple means generally basically linking both of them with each other. So we will create a tuple and then p comma the quantity. So quantity, yeah, so we will take this thing and then yeah, instead of place order we can put this as pick product, because we are picking one product at a time. So pick product and then place order. So let's just create this thing. So place underscore product, which would generate a bill, or we can directly put generate bill. So generate underscore bill and it would take a parameter self. So this we will code afterwards. First of all, we will code this thing. So okay, pick product is working fine. Now we have to generate a bill. So similarly, we created this, we will create the same thing. Instead of the menu and things, we'll add some more thing. So let's just copy this thing, paste it here, and let's just reduce this size. So here instead of menu we will print bill, and instead of 90 what we can do is we can take 120. So wherever 90 was there we will modify it to 120 because we are going to add a quantity. Okay, so product price, what we can do is we would need five columns. First is the product code, product name, product price, the quantity, and the total price. Multiply means the individual price multiplied by the quantity. So it require 5 things. We can take 5 into 20. Yeah, so 100 would be fine. So we will modify each reference to 100. So 100, and then instead of this 30 we can modify this to 20, and we can add more two things, which is the can add a new line here, just indent this. So after this what you can do, send product price. Okay, per product price we can put here. So per product price, and here would be the quantity, and then the last thing would be the total price. Okay, total product price. Yeah, so this should work fine. Then we will string the code, and instead of looping through self.product list we will loop through order list, because we are looping through orders which the which the user has placed. So p dot code. Okay, so here p would return as a tuple, so instead of that we will take a t which should refer the tuple, and this tuple would have two values. So p, which is the product, and then the quantity q. So what we can do is p and q, and then use this thing. So tuple is basically two values, so such that p comma we can take product comma quantity. So So what we can do is these two things we can directly debox, or we can directly unbox the tuple using this assignment. So directly what will happen, product value, so the product value will go into P, the product class, and quantity would directly go to this Q value. So we can, instead of using this product and quantity, we can use T and it would work fine. So yeah, here after p dot code, p dot name, p dot price, we have to provide some more arguments which are the quantity. So q dot okay, no, q dot okay, q dot center 20, the next value, and then we have to provide here a comma. Yeah, so after the quantity we have to provide the total price. So what we can do is we will first calculate p into q. So p into q means, okay, instead of p dot price, so p dot price is the actual product price, into q means the number of quantity. We will string this value, we'll convert the data type of this, and then we will center it. So center 20. So yeah, this should work fine. Let's just see. So as we have added this, we will order something. So s1 dot pick product. So let's just put the product code, which would be 1011, and quantity would be, let's just say 10 parleges. Then let's just copy this, and we will take the toffee. So 7865 is the product code, and toffee would be 5. So this is our product. Then what we can do is s1 dot order. Okay, generate bill. So generate underscore bill. So yeah, it should work fine. Let us see what is the error. So order list is not defined. So where is not defined? Here, order list. So instead of this we can use self, and let's just execute this. So again, int object has no attribute center. So int is q. Okay, quantity q is a int value, so it doesn't have the center function. So what we can do is string of q. So this should work fine. Yeah, so here we have generated a bill, product name. Okay, so quantity, we have to provide the brackets in the format, then it will show. So yeah, we can see a bill generated, bill, product code, product name, product price, quantity 10 and 5, the product total product price, and we have to at last print the total bill price. So what we can do is we can copy this, and here we can print, we can take the empty string, and in that format holder dot format, and in this what will we do, we'll calculate. So first of all we'll print the dot. Okay, we can directly do that, or yeah, so total, we'll take this string. Okay, what we can do is we'll first of all calculate this thing. So after each of this printing, what we will do is we will take the a variable. So it will hold total underscore bill underscore value, which will be starting at first. And for each loop, what will we do, we will use p dot price, which is an int, multiplied by q, which is the quantity, and we will store this value to the total underscore bill underscore value, so equal to p dot price. So this would now contain the total price value. And then what can we do here is print. Okay, just print, we'll use a format specifier, or we can use directly the total bill amount. Can use equal to a format thing, and can specify, let us specify the total. We can paste, okay, instead of pasting, let's just copy this first then paste. So execute. Okay, we have to use F here to mention that it is a format specifier. So total bill amount and then space rupees. So okay, here should be 100. Instead of equal to, we require plus equals. Now it should give us fine 100 plus 2, 102.5. Yeah, now this gives the correct total amount. We can also pick product more. So s1 dot pick underscore product. What we can pick is, first of all, we will see the menu. So here is the menu, and we can pick basmati rice. So instead of basmati, let's just put basmati rice, and the code is 4536. Then the quantity would be 5 kg. So yeah, it should work fine. So store has no, okay, PICK, spelling mistake. Now it should work fine. So 5 kg of basmati, 200 rupees, 1000, 1000 plus 100 plus 2.5. Yeah, now it works fine. So we can see. Similarly, you can modify these things. And I told about the second approach. So let's just see that thing. So what was that approach is, instead of creating this product as a class, what we can do is we can create a tuple of this. So what was I thinking is, instead of using this product, can directly use the tuple unboxing. So if tuple is stored while unboxing also, it is simple. Instead of using dot code, we can use p of 0. So this should give us the 0th index element, which is the code. And similarly, this would be the first, this would be the second, and it would work fine. But as we are going through this method, this is more appropriate thing. So let's just execute this again, and whole program works fine. So we have created a store and a product class. Product will store 3 values: product code, name, and the price. And store will do the other calculation, which is to display menu of all products and generate a bill as per the order. So yeah, this is all for this video. Let's meet in our next video.